Ang video na ito ay tungkol sa Guinness World Record holder ng pinakamatangkad na tao sa buong mundo. Pero bago tayo magsimula, mag-subscribe ka muna at i-like ang video na ito. Si Robert Wadlow ang pinakamatangkad na tao na naitala sa kasaysayan. Siya ay isinilang sa Alton, Illinois noong February 22, 1918. Normal naman ang kanyang height at timbang nang siya ay pinanganak. Pero hindi inakala ng kanyang mga magulang ang bilis ng kanyang paglaki. Nung 1-year-old siya, ang kanyang height ay nasa 3 feet 6 inches na at tumitimbang ng 45 pounds o 20 kilograms. Katumbas ito ng isang 5-year-old na bata. Sa edad na 5 taong gulang, nag-aaral na siya sa kindergarten na may height na 5 feet 6.5 inches at ang sinusuot niyang mga damit ay yung kasya na ng isang teenager. Sa edad naman na 9 years old, naging 6 feet 2.5 inches na ang kanyang height at kaya na niyang kargahin ang kanyang ama paakyat sa hagdanan. Naabot niya ang 7 feet range na height nang siya ay 12 years old at kapansin-pansin siya dahil sa kanyang tangkad.
I'm Robert Wadlow, 12 years old and weigh 240 pounds and I'm about 7 feet tall. These boys grouped around me are about the same age as I am. They go to the same grade. I like to play baseball, basketball, and football. When I grow up, I hope to be a big man like Lindy if I can get a plane big enough.
Sa parehong taon, dinala si Robert sa Barnes Hospital sa St. Louis para matignan ang dahilan ng kanyang pambihirang pagtangkad. Ang dahilan ay ang kanyang pituitary gland na naging overactive na responsable sa pagtangkad ng isang tao. Napag-usapan ng posibleng surgery pero hindi ito sinang-ayunan. Dahil una, wala namang sakit na nararamdaman si Robert. Nasa tamang proportion naman ang lahat ng parte sa kanyang katawan at matalino din siya na may above average na IQ. Pangalawa, hindi madali ang surgery na ito na posibleng makakos ng permanent injury o kaya ay pwedeng ikasawi niya. So pinauwi na lang si Robert at patuloy na namuhay sa kanyang normal na buhay. Sa edad na 13, siya ang pinakamatangkad na Boy Scout sa buong mundo. Sa kanyang junior at senior high school year, patuloy ang kanyang pagtangkad. Tumatangkad siya sa average na 4 inches per year. Hindi rin siya makakalimutan ng kanyang mga classmates.
This big blonde fellow with the blue eyes was easy to blush. The boys liked to tease him sometimes, and he always took it so well. But in spite of everything, his ears would turn red, and he would chuckle, and he would look terribly embarrassed. But I never did see him appear angry, and he seemed very kind. He didn't seem at all perturbed with life as it was. I didn't even think to be sympathetic to him. I was a young person too. He just was another young person who happened to be tall.
At hindi rin siya makakalimutan ng kanyang mga teachers.
One day I was drafted into teaching in Robert's room. I don't remember the occasion anymore. But I went in there to teach and I still don't remember a single thing I taught because when Robert walked in there and sat down with those great big old feet sticking out, I kept looking at him and he got out his paper and he put it on the desk. It was a regular notebook-sized paper. He put that great big hand on top to start writing and I couldn't see the paper anymore. He had a pencil. I walked back actually to see it was really a full-size pencil, but it looked like just a little stub. And here he was writing with this little stub on this little bitty piece of paper that to anybody else would have been a big one.
Graduate si Robert ng high school sa edad na 17 years old at may height na 8 feet 3 inches. Siya ang pinakamatangkad na graduate ng high school. Pagkatapos ay nag-enroll siya sa Shortleaf College para makakuha ng degree at mag-aral ng law. Pero isang semester lang siya sa college at pumirma ng kontrata para maging endorser ng sapatos ng International Shoe Company.
When I first became acquainted with Robert Wadlow, his dad had brought him into our company to have shoes made for him. They were so large that they had to have special lasts, and it turned out that even at that young age he wore a size 27 shoe. We did not attempt to do anything to promote Robert, although his dad was interested in having us do so in a moderate way. So the only thing we really did for quite a few years was to make a poster showing his picture and giving his measurements and sending out a single shoe to stores to put in their window because they did attract a lot of attention.
Katulad ng isang normal na binatilyo, nagkakagusto din ng babae si Robert.
One of the things a lot of people didn't know about Robert was that he was interested in women. He liked women and he enjoyed being with them. And like, for example, we did go out on double dates. We'd go to a theater, a nightclub, usually for dinner and then dancing, and we'd have a nice meal, and his sense of humor was tremendous. We laughed, we giggled, we just had a wonderful time. And Robert would love ice cream. He might have a milkshake, and he enjoyed milkshakes. Even out at a nightclub, he wouldn't be ashamed to ask for a milkshake. And he would have a good meal, eat no more than anyone else. And the girls just enjoyed it. And Robert never took advantage of being a popular person and one that was in the limelight. He never used his popularity to take advantage of anyone.
Kahit busy at laging nasa biyahe dahil sa kanyang trabaho, mas gusto pa rin ni Robert na makauwi sa kanilang bahay at makasama ang kanyang pamilya. Noong June 27, 1940, ito na ang huling bisita ni Robert sa Barnes Hospital at dito sinukat ang kanyang height na umabot ng 8 feet at 11.1 inches at tumimbang ng 439 pounds. Ang sukat na ito ay ebidensya na si Robert ang pinakamatangkad na tao sa kasaysayan at napatunayan din na patuloy pa rin ang kanyang pagtangkad. At noong July 4, 1940, sa kanyang appearance sa Manistee National Forest Festival, na-irritate ang kanyang paa dahil sa brace na humantong sa pagka-infection. Ginamot siya sa pamamagitan ng surgery at blood transfusion, pero mas lalong lumala ang kanyang kondisyon at noong July 15, 1940, siya ay pumanaw sa edad na 22 years old.
And so Robert Wadlow was laid to rest. With the passage of time, the memory of Robert has, for the most part, dimmed to the point where he is now placed as a footnote in history or is included in stories about other persons such as himself. But to the people of Alton and those who knew him, he is still very much with them and is held in a special place in their hearts.
Sa maikling buhay ni Robert Wadlow, ito ang nasasabi niya tungkol sa kanyang karanasan bilang pinakamatangkad na tao sa buong mundo.
I've gotten used to being stared at. Some people may say unkind things, of course. I thought it over long ago and decided to ignore them. The worst thing you can say about them is that they are thoughtless. I would like to be like everyone else. No, I don't want my little brother to be as big as I am. He'll have more fun if he isn't.
Very early in life, Robert's parents had to make a real decision as to whether or not they would have an operation performed and possibly lose their boy or let nature take its course. And being religiously inclined, they decided to let nature take its course. The result was Robert.
The way I remember Robert is, of course, tall, but very blonde with light hair and blue eyes and a fair complexion, a quiet person. But the most outstanding thing about him, as I recall him now, is that he had such a pleasant smile. I really can't recall seeing him without this pleasant smile on his face. I liked him very much.
Kabarangay, kung nagustuhan mo ang video na ito, mag-subscribe ka na at pindutin ang notification bell button para wala kang ma-miss sa future videos natin. Paki-like na rin ang video na ito. See you in our next video. God bless.